Hey Sarah, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Thanks for coming in to visit with us. Tell us about the story of Sarah from the time she was born until today. Don't skip a minute. We want to know the full story all the way to Hardin-Simmons.
Wow, how much time do we have?
We got all day. No, we got about 30 seconds to go.
Okay, good. Grew up in Iowa, went to Iowa State for my undergrad.
Cyclones.
And then took some time off because I thought I was going to go into campus ministry, but that didn't work out. So I went back to Iowa State and got my athletic training degree and a minor in psychology. And then when I was trying to figure out what was next, I went onto the athletic training job board, and on there, Hardin-Simmons came up as a school. And what was unique about Hardin-Simmons is that it wasn't a track and field GA position. It had men's soccer and baseball. I looked into Hardin-Simmons some more and saw that it was a small Christian school, and I just felt that the Lord was telling me to apply there. And as I was getting ready to graduate with my master's degree here, the head athletic trainer at the time, Wade, asked if I wanted to stay on full-time. So,
Well, I'm glad you stayed.
yeah.
I know there's a lot of athletes out there that are glad you stayed too.
Yeah.
So, what is it that you love about student athletes?
One thing that I really like is seeing them step on campus for the first time and seeing how they interact with others and how scared they are at first. And then fast forward 4 years when they're getting ready to graduate, or 5 years, and seeing how much they've grown. You get to see the trials, the tribulations along the way, but you get to help them out with that, and that's what I love so much about being in the college setting.
You probably do a lot of counseling unofficially, just listening to folks.
Unofficially, yes, a lot of it, especially being here during the COVID time. And but mainly like them being on their own for the first time. They have to make quite a few decisions that are sometimes really hard. So
You mentioned the COVID time, and I don't think a lot of folks know what that did to athletic training. I, at least, am aware of it, but we took every sport, fall and spring, and put it all in the spring and said, here, athletic trainers, make sure no one gets hurt or make sure they get better. That must have been a time.
it was. I felt like I was living in the athletic training room because working with cross country, track and field, and men's soccer, they all practice at different times. So I was up here at 4:45 in the morning getting ready for cross country practice, and then I wouldn't leave until 7:30 when men's soccer got done. And then in the spring, you have we had a whiteboard up with all the competitions going on, making sure that we got everything covered. So there were times where we would take the university vehicle and go from one team to the next team and then back to the other team to try and figure all that out. So,
Well, I want to tell you thank you and all the athletic training staff for what y'all did to keep our students safe, because it was unfortunate that we did that, but you did that because you love student athletes and they love their sport too. And so thank you for accommodating in a big way.
yeah, I got to know some university people that way too, because we had to communicate with a lot of people during that time with COVID positives and things like that. So I did get to meet some new people on campus too. So that was a really cool experience.
I hope we never go back.
I know.
Never, ever, ever.
I know.
Kenya,
Kenya.
you want to talk about that?
Sure.
Tell us all about it.
We went to Kenya in 2019, this summer. We went with the cross-country team, and we got to spend some time working out, got to meet some Kenyan coaches over there, and got to see them compete in a track meet.
Like who?
Sydney competed.
She did great. She did really great.
Yeah, she
Thank you for-
podiumed.
Thank you for not talking about me and my getting beat by the deputy governor of. Yes, thank you.
Well, you're welcome for bringing it up.
just disclosed it. Your favorite thing to do in your spare time? What do you like to do?
I like to watch movies, I like to read, and I like to put puzzles together.
Really?
Yeah,
Like-
I'm one of those people.
Like 10-piece puzzles or 1,000-piece?
It has to at least be 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
You want something difficult.
I actually get a puzzle every year for my birthday.
Good. Now I know what to get you next year. Well, I appreciate how you serve the students, student athletes, and the coaches, and we succeed because you guys do such a good job behind the scenes, and we don't get to see you many times, but everybody knows you're there, and I appreciate you being there. So, and also thank you for going to Kenya and taking care of our students as they compete against some of the best runners in the world. It was a sight to see. So.
It was, and dirt track. That was fun.
Facilities they had nowhere near what we have, and yet so good.
So good.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in.
You're welcome.